Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday. I'm trying to get this camera situated. Happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? It's an early vlog today. Let's do a little time and temperature check today. It is currently 2:41 p.m. and I haven't even looked at the weather today. I think it was supposed to be 80 degrees today. Let's see what the temperature is. It is currently 75 and cloudy. It is very, very cloudy outside today. It looks like it's gonna rain. Today's high temperatures will be a little warmer than yesterday's, it said. Hourly, let's look at, it says no rain. But like yesterday it said no rain and then it started pouring down rain. Oh no, 12 a.m. it's supposed to rain, it says. Overcast, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High, no, it's saying high 70. Ooh, these glasses are dirty. High 78. And then tomorrow, 74. Rain diminishing to a few showers in the afternoon. So it's supposed to rain all night tonight, I guess. But anyway, this is a little bit of an early vlog. I woke up today. Well, first of all, I tried to pick a different shirt to wear for the vlog because I feel like I always wear like the same 4 shirts every time I have like 3 black shirts, 3 blue shirts that I film like all my videos in. So I was like, you know what? I need to start bringing out some of my other t-shirts that I wear because I do wear other t-shirts other than my black and blue t-shirts. I was like, you know what? I found this brand actually of t-shirts. I cannot remember what they're called. I think I showed it in my haul because I just bought some in a smaller size because originally I got them in extra large and now I'm in a large. So, but the larges are kind of tight on me. They're kind of a little tight on me. But I think they're called like A&M t-shirts. They're just plain t-shirts. But they're those t-shirts that are supposed to like, you know, like, they're supposed to make your arms and your, like, your stomach flat. You know what I'm talking about? Not like the what are they called? Anyway, the things you wear under stuff, but they're just supposed to, like the Matt and Bow t-shirts are supposed to do those things too. I didn't like, is it Matt and Bow? I think it's Matt and Bow. So if you guys have you seen this brand? I don't know if it's men's specific or not, but it's called Matt and Bow. And they have like jeans that are supposed to like lift up your butt and stuff like that. And then they have these t-shirts that are supposed to like flatten your gut and like make your arms look like, you know, anyway, they're supposed to make you look really good. Well, I bought them and they're expensive. Like, I think like a 3-pack was like, maybe it was like a 2-pack was like $89 just for a plain black t-shirt. And I was like, okay, well, we're gonna, because I need all the work I can on my gut. So we're gonna buy these t-shirts. Well, when I tried them on, and I usually like, after I buy, you know, t-shirts and stuff, like I wash them and whatever. But I tried them on and I like put it on, I looked, it just like the neck was like this low on me and it just like hung and just like the arms just looked bad on me and it was real tight on my gut. And I was like, I am not into these shirts at all. Like, I just wasted my money on these shirts. I almost was gonna send them back. And then I was like, no, wash it and see. But if you wash it, then you can't send it back, you know? But I was like, no, wash it and see. I mean, I thought like, if I can't wear them, Alex can wear them. So anyway, so I washed them and they completely fit different. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was like, I think I might want to get some of those jeans that make your butt look good. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever like, but then I'm like not convinced. I'm like not convinced that there's a pair of jeans out there that can make your butt look fabulous. But anyway, today I was like, I think I'm going to wear like a different t-shirt than I usually wear. Because I do wear like, you know, around the house and we go out to brunch and stuff like that. I do wear different clothes. I know that it's probably surprising. You guys are like, Peter's always in a black, I do honestly though wear a lot of black and blue t-shirts and stuff like that. Hey, how are you? Good. It's a beautiful day for a walk, isn't it? I'm gonna get mine in later. So yeah, so I wore this t-shirt today. Anyway, it's very comfy and I like this color. And I was like, this is not a color that I usually wear on camera. And then I turned the camera on and I was like, I feel like it's kind of washing me out a little bit. And then I'll think that like when I put it on to like go to lunch or something like that, I'll be like, this t-shirt kind of washes me out. But anyway. And I also just poured some coffee, which I actually bought with Tanya Jean at Meijer. I don't even know what the brand is. It's this cold brew coffee that I've never had before. It's a little bitter, which I kind of like bitter coffee, but this is like real bitter. Like now I'm kind of wishing that I put like a Splenda or something in it. It's okay though, it's not bad. Anyway. I wouldn't buy it again. I'll find out what the brand name is and I'll let you guys know. I wouldn't buy this again. That Cologne coffee, or however you pronounce it, is like my favorite bottled coffee of life. I don't know why, I just like, I always want to try new things. Do you ever do that? Like you have something that you love, but then you're like, no, I want to try it. Maybe there's something better, and then you try it, and then you're disappointed, and you're like, I wish I would have just bought what I love. I do that all the time. Anyway, yeah, it's a little bit of an earlier vlog today because I kind of made an executive decision today. So, I got up today and I got like really good sleep last night, separated the pups. Walter slept straight through the night last night. When I got up today, I like looked over the side of the bed and he was still asleep. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. So I was like, I got a lot of sleep last night, got a really good night's sleep. And I stayed up late last night, but anyway, got a good night's sleep. Got up this morning and like, well, Otis like will sleep. So I brought Otis up to the bed when Alex left, and then like I looked over the side of the bed because Walter's usually the first one to get up, and I was like, he was still sleeping on his bed and Otis was sleeping next to me. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So anyway, I woke up and I felt really rested today. I don't know like why today's any different, but I've been tired the last couple days, and I felt really, really rested today, and I felt really good today. And I was like, I woke up. Oh, my neighbors are up today. Hey, how are you? Good. Bet you got some exciting mail coming your way. I do. Probably coupons. That Tommy Bahama. They keep on delivering it to me, though. That's why I have to put it over there for you. Did you get anything good?
Not really.
You look like you just went golfing. Thursday?
Hoping so. You say you got a Tommy Bahama thing?
No, but whenever you get, they always deliver them to me, and then I put them in your mailbox.
All right.
Why, you like dying to go to Tommy Bahama and go shopping?
Yeah, I was hoping so. But now
you're going to need something for your golfing game on Thursday.
I know. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice. Hey, while you're there, can you pick me up some of that Louis Vuitton Meteor while you're there? I need some more of that Louis Vuitton that you got me hooked on.
I haven't finished my bottle yet.
You haven't finished your bottle yet?
I need to hurry up on that so I can go back, right?
Right, exactly. Then you can buy your wife a little present while you're in there.
Woo, that'd be really expensive.
That
That'd take about $1,000 in there then, wouldn't it?
That'd be good points, though. That'd be good marriage points for you.
Yeah, that might help, wouldn't it? It should, right?
Have a good one. He is so funny. He's the one that got me hooked. So first of all, he's the one that had the Hokas on that I really, really liked. They were like orange and yellow. He never wears them anymore. Orange and blue or whatever. And I took a picture of them. And then I ended up buying Hokas because of him. And I hated my Hokas. Somebody commented, I was talking about Hokas the other day on one of my videos. And somebody said, I mean, I understood their sentiment, but they said, my Hokas took me like 3 to 4 months to break in, but now I love them. And I thought, oh no, there's no shoe out there that if it takes me 3 to 4 months to break in. And they said now they feel like they're walking on clouds. And I told, like people say this, like this is like, I understand what they're saying because people say this to me all the time. Like, you know, that I, like, Caroline and her friends and whatever, like, does on-cloud shoes. Caroline swears by those on-cloud shoes. And she's like, well, it took me a couple months to break in. I don't think any shoe should take you a couple months to break in, you know? It's like that Native deodorant, not the full-body spray deodorant. I love that. The only product of that Native brand that I do not like, which, by the way, I just bought, I used it last night for the first time. Oh, well, 2 things that I bought. Well, let me say this first of all. Anyway. The Native, I love all the Native products except for the stick deodorant, okay? I think, whenever I say this, people don't know what I'm talking about. I think it smells like a field of hippies, okay? Like, and what I mean by that is that some of my best friends from high school are, to this day, still kind of hippie-ish. And just very earthy, okay? Like it almost smells like you don't have any deodorant on at all, is kind of what I mean, right? Love a good hippie. Was a hippie back in the day. Don't mean anything by that. Okay, I just mean earthy. It smells like maybe like, I don't know, like earthy. So anyway, I I just that I feel like when I've used the native stick deodorant, it makes me stink worse. And I don't usually stink, but you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I think it just makes me, it stinks. I don't like that stick deodorant. And so I got it and I used it a couple times. And then somebody was like, well, it takes 2 to 3 weeks for it to start working with your body. I was like, well, who wants to stink for 2 to 3 weeks? No, I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that time to go around stinking for 2 to 3 weeks. I am like, oh, look at them riding their bikes together. I am like real weird about like scents and things like that. Like, I'm very conscious. Like, if I'm out, you see me, I'm like always have gum in my mouth, like breath mints. Like, I'm very like conscious about smells. Like, cologne, body spray, like, want to smell clean. I'm like, that's where I'm about those things. So anyway, but I bought a bunch of, when I was with Tanya, speaking of being with Tanya, I bought a bunch of native products, and they kind of sat in the bag in the bathroom, like, since last Tuesday. And so last night when I was taking my shower, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to use some of these products. And so, does this video seem darker to you guys today? I put the camera on the table, and like I noticed that the knob turned, and now I don't know which setting that I had it on. I'm not technological at all. So if it seems dark, put it in the comment section below and I'll try to fix it. I can't fix it mid-video, but it'll just have to do. Do you guys remember when it was really bright? I saw like this thumbnail come up in my video and I was like, damn, that was really bright back in the day. And I didn't even really, like, I knew it looked bright. Do you guys remember that? I think this looks kind of normal right now. But anyway, it's a dark day too. It's dark outside. So anyway, I don't know what this scent is, but it's shampoo and conditioner in one, which I almost like, I was talking to Nikki about this. I don't know that I've ever used a shampoo and conditioner in one. Maybe, like if, you know, somebody's house or something like that, or, but I usually always just use like a separate shampoo and conditioner. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was talking to Nikki about it because she was like, her husband uses one or something like that. And I said, I'm not convinced that like a shampoo and conditioner all in one like really does the job. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but I bought it because I really like the scent. And one of the things about having, I feel like, did I have this conversation with you guys or did I have it with Nikki on the phone? I've had it with Tanya before too. One of the things about, like, all of my friends color their hair, and I colored my hair for years and years and years, right? And so when I let my hair go white, one of the things about it that was so fantastic was, number one, like, people ask me all the time, I bought this Tide to wash my hair out. I'm kind of scared to do it. Like, people have asked me, they're like, have you done it yet? I haven't. The box is sitting in the bathroom. I'm kind of scared to do it. I'm kind of scared that, so I've actually asked, like, hairstylists about it and stuff, because people are like, you shouldn't do that on your hair. I've actually asked professional hairstylists, and they've said it probably won't really hurt your hair that bad. Plus, if it does, then, you know, you're just cut your hair real short and it'll grow back. Like, it's not going to hurt anything. But, like, I don't know what it's going to do to the color of my hair. This year was really, like, the first year that I noticed that, like, being out in the sun and going to the pool, and I don't know if maybe it was the different chemicals, I have no idea, but it was, like, really the first year that I noticed, and somebody said, like, maybe the water softener or whatever. I've never had this problem before. We have had no changes in the house, that I noticed that my hair was going, like, it was a little yellow. And when I talk about this, people always suggest to me the different whitening shampoos or the purple shampoos, okay? I don't know how many times I have to say this, but, like, even if I say it now, somebody will type in a suggestion, and I know that. I have used every single type of purple shampoo. Every time somebody suggests one to me, I'm like, I've used it. It doesn't work. It does not work on my hair. I want my hair to be like silver white is what I want it to look like. I've used really expensive shampoo and conditioners that have the purple tint to it. I've used the cheap ones. I've used the salon brand ones. I've used everything, okay? The only one, I can never remember the brand. It's the one I have right now, because it's the only one that I'll buy anymore. The one I was really hopeful for, honestly, was the Aveda Blue Malvo shampoo, but it didn't work at all. And I remember I bought this huge container of shampoo and conditioner of it. I was, like, over it. And it was the one that, like, it got, like, the most purple everywhere, too. The one I have now is Silverati by Oribe. And it's $45 for the shampoo and $45 for the conditioner, which I think is extremely expensive. It lasts a long time, and it's not like a purple shampoo. It's more of like a grayish shampoo. I think it's the only one that I've ever used. I mean, in all honesty, I've probably tried 30 different brands. And every time somebody I mean, I appreciate the recommendations, but I literally, every time somebody writes one down, somebody just did one the other day, and I was like, yeah, I tried that years ago, it doesn't work. And I've used them consistently too, like over a period of time and whatever, and they just don't work. So that's why I want to do the Tide, because I want my hair to be like bright white silver. You know, if I'm gonna have my hair white, like I want it to be like, I mean, it is pretty white. They're always like, whenever I do my hair and stuff, people are like, it's usually always women that are like, your hair is such a pretty color of white. I'm like, thank you. But anyway, one of the things, it's funny that I'm talking about this, like, you know, whitening shampoo, because one of the things I talk to my friends about is when you, like, let your hair grow, if you use, like, you know, color protected shampoo and conditioner, like if you color your hair, like I had to use that for years and years and years. And so if you don't know the story, my hair started turning gray when I was like 23. And so from 23 until the year that we got married, which was 2011, I colored my hair. And towards the end, I was having to get it colored like every 3 weeks. I mean, it's expensive to keep that up. And so, I mean, I was going to the salon like every 3 weeks. And I can remember being, like, you know, I love to swim. I was very conscious. It's not like I wore a swim hat or anything like that, but I was very conscious about, like, going into the pool and being out in the sun and stuff like that, because I would just get my hair colored and I'd be like, oh my God, it's gonna fade. And it would, you know? And so when I let my hair go gray, at first it was kind of grayish, and then it turned white pretty quick. Like, I would say within, like, 6 months, it went from, like, salt and pepper to, like, white. One of the nice things about it was that I could use whatever shampoo and conditioner I wanted to. And so I started, like, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I started going by shampoo and conditioner that I thought smelled good because I really hadn't been able to do that for years, you know? And so I got really excited about it, that I could just go to the store and, like, you know, buy, like, the Meijer or the CVS or wherever, you know? I think CVS is kind of expensive. Do you guys think that? I think CVS is expensive. I don't know why. Why do I think that? But anytime I go to a CVS, I don't usually go to CVS here. It's usually if we're out of town, like, if we go to a hotel and, like, then we'll go to a CVS or a Walgreens, and I'm always like in Miami we do that. I'm like, CVS is so expensive. Where did we go when we were in Vegas? Oh, across the street from the Cosmopolitan, there was a Walgreens. Oh, that's a massive Walgreens. It's a nice one. But anyway, so I started just, like, buying, because, you know, like, I like the scented body washes and stuff like that. And so I was like, I started just buying shampoo and conditioner that I thought that smelled good. Well, so I've done that. So I'm not super convinced about the all-in-one shampoo and conditioner. You know what I mean? And so, but I bought this shampoo and conditioner because I was like, let's just try it and see. That way, if I'm, like, in a hurry and, you know, like, I have to take a quick shower before I, like, go to therapy and have to get an Uber and all that kind of stuff, then it'll just be a little bit quicker. I can't remember the scent that I got. It's, like, ocean and something. Oh, my God, I loved it. I used it last night. I thought it would make, like, you know when you use shampoo and then you use, obviously, conditioner makes your hair, like, softer and fuller and stuff like that. And my hair is so thick anyway that, like, after I condition it, it's just, like, really full. Not so much today because I slept on it. Now I got a hat on it, but... You know, it's just, like, so full. The all-in-one shampoo and conditioner from Native did the same thing. I was, like, kind of blown away. I feel like this camera is really dark. Maybe it's just because it's dark out here tonight, or today, I don't know. It kind of, like, keeps on getting, like, throughout the day, we've done a lot today. Like, it's been kind of a long day already. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So, I used that last night, and I loved it. And then I also bought the body wash and I bought a different body wash for Alex. Well, I'll use it too, but he likes, like, really, and I like for date nights and going out and stuff like that, like really woodsy scents. And so I got one for him. It's like, oh, it's the same as the shampoo, Ocean and something. And then, but I bought this one that's called, it's like pear or something. And when I smelled it, it reminded me of Champagne Toast, the candle from Bath & Body Works, which I love that candle. But when I used it, okay, the Native scents of body wash and stuff, it's hard for me to explain. I was telling Nikki this, because I was telling her, I said you should, because she loves, like, you know, body washes and stuff, and I said you should wait until, like, the holiday scents come out, because they have really great holiday scents. Last year I bought, like, I'm kind of over the vanilla cookie, sugar cookie. I probably won't, but now watch, I'll say that, and then I'll buy it again this year. But I bought last year the shampoo and conditioner that was Gumdrop. And then for fall, I bought the Honeycrisp Apple by Native. And it's weird because, like, you'd think that you come out smelling like a strawberry shortcake doll, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, the tripod fell. So early and this is the new tripod too. Ah! Anyway, you know, like when you use those like scented shampoos and, okay, or body, they kind of smell like a strawberry shortcake doll, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I was explaining this to Nikki, like, it doesn't smell like that though. It smells like, I don't really know how to explain it. It smells like all of their scented products smell very clean, but with like a hint of like Honeycrisp apple, if that makes sense. So I used the pear last night, and I thought I was going to come out smelling like that champagne toast candle from Bath & Body Works. I didn't. And I used the lotion too, and it just smells like the body spray that I have of theirs, which is green tea and aloe, I think, is my favorite of theirs. They all smell, I love those products so much. So, anyway. So yeah, but what was I talking about that? Was I talking about him, and then I was talking about the native products that I bought last night and used for the shirt the first time. Okay, so he's the one that got me hooked on the Hoka shoes. I'm like going back in my mind trying to think about how I got to the native products. What was I talking about since? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so he had those Hoka shoes on. That was like, I haven't bought those in a couple of years. Right? It's been a couple of years since I bought those. And they were like orange and blue. And I saw them from across the street, and I like went over and took a picture of them, and then I ordered them online. Oh, I know what I was talking about now. See, if you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain. Supposedly, my roommate told me that years and years and years ago. And then it helps you remember things. I was talking about how, like, people say about the Hokas. I feel like people say this to me all the time. They'll say, like, oh my God, like, it takes 3 to 4 months to break them in, but then it feels like you're walking on clouds. I've worn those Hokas to walk, and I think they feel like walking on broken glass, okay, is what I feel like they're. Caroline's the same way with those on cloud shoes. She swears by them. The aloes, all of us. I've never met a person that says that those aloe shoes are comfortable. Not one person. I think the brand is cute, but the hats don't fit my head, and that stuff's so high priced. No. And I've never bought anything. I don't think I've bought anything Lululemon, have I? I don't think I have, but I am kind of obsessed with those shirts that have like the holes in them for your thumbs. Do you guys have the Lululemon? I love that stuff. A friend of mine, like, she just bought, her son's like a senior in college, and she just bought him all this clothes. And she's like, he only wears like the workout khakis or something from Lululemon. And she's like, they're like $150. I was like, $150 for, and you bought him like 3 pairs. She's like, well, that's all he wears. Like, are these Lululemon, like, they're like workout khakis or something. I don't know. But anyway, I think Caroline and I walked in, I think I've only ever been in Lululemon like one time. I don't know. I'm not real convinced with that. What do we call that, like athletic leisure wear or something like that? What's the store? Because when Caroline and I were at the mall, we passed that store that Tanya likes. She's obsessed with this store. Fabletics or something like that. And I said that to Caroline. I said, oh, Tanya loves that store so much. What's the store that Caroline likes at the mall? It starts with an A. Anyway, any product, this is how I got on the native thing. Any product that takes that long to start working, I'm not convinced about. So the native deodorant, when people are like, I love the native deodorant, but it takes 2 to 3 weeks for it to get, like, mixed up with your body or whatever. No. I want deodorant to work the first time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to stink for 2 weeks while deodorant's waiting to work. So anyway, but he got me started on the Hokas, which I paid an outrageous fortune for, and then, like, I've hardly worn at all. They're sitting in my closet. And then all my neighbors have Hokas. Oh my God, the gardener, she's got like 16 pairs. I swear, every time she comes out here, they're color coordinated. Her and her husband both wear them. But he's only got like, I think like, he's got like a black pair, but she's got like a lime green pair, like a bright green pair. She loves green. And obviously, because she's a gardener. But she's got them color coordinated and stuff like that. Yesterday, she had this heart procedure, and I was talking to her, and she was kind of a little nervous about it. I was talking to her about it on Sunday, and she was kind of a little nervous about it. And I was like, well, whatever you need. If you need me to come over there and do anything for you, get you settled, and whatever, I can do that. And she's like, hey, I really, really appreciate it. And she's like, I don't know, they might keep me overnight. She's like, I don't really want to stay in the hospital overnight, stuff like that. So last night, I like texted and I was like, hey, just checking in and whatever. She's like, oh, I'm home. I'm doing fine, but thanks for checking on me. Today she was out in her yard working. I said, you are out in your, she's like, I know, I'm out my, she's like, it went really, really well. And it was like, she's doing great though. She was out in her yard working. Her friend came over. They were moving pumpkins around the yard. I said, do you need me to move those for you? She's like, no, I'm fine. I can move these pumpkins. My neighborhood. I love this. So anyway, but he's also the one that got me started on the Louis Vuitton Meteor, because he was wearing it one day and I was like, you smell so good. He always has the best colognes on. And he was like, it's Louis Vuitton Meteor. And so that's why I ended up going to Louis Vuitton and buying it. And I love that cologne to this day. It's both, Alex and I, it's probably like our combined favorite. We each have our own favorites, but then it's probably our combined favorite that we like together, that we share it, and we're out of it currently. You can go to Louis Vuitton. If you buy Louis Vuitton cologne, they'll refill it. And it's not half price. It's like 3/4 of the price. But it's a better deal than if you go there. I think their colognes are like $325 for 3.4 ounces. But if you save the bottle and you bring it back, it's like $200 for 3.4 ounces, which is a lot better than I mean, you're saving like $100 on it. The ones we have right now, well, he wears them more than I do. Right now, I really just wear Chanel Blue, like on a daily basis. I've been wearing the Cartier one a lot. I'm trying to like kind of go through the ones I have. I'm down to like almost no cologne, but the Cartier one is almost gone. And I would say it's not one of my favorites. Like I wouldn't recommend it to somebody. And then, like the ones I get compliments on, Creed Aventus I get compliments on always, but it's so expensive that I try to make it last as long as possible. So I usually only wear that like if I go out to dinner, if I go to like a wedding or something like that. That's the only time I usually wear the Creed Aventus. Chanel Blue I wear pretty much like every day. That or the two by Maison Margiela. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, I love those. I get a lot. The By the Fireplace, if you're looking for a cologne, By the Fireplace or whatever it's called, I get a lot of compliments on it. It's interesting because a lot of people stop me and they'll ask me, like, it's especially when I'm in stores. They're like, what do you have on right now? And I'm like, a By the Fireplace, blah, blah, blah. You can get it online. You can get it at Sephora. And it's the replica. If you look up replica By the Fireplace, I think is what it's called. And Jazz Club is the other one that I get a lot of compliments on. They're unisex scents, but those are really the only two that I really like. I was gonna get Yacht Club, but it's really like a summer scent. And I smell better in like thicker woodsier scents. I don't smell good in like really like light scents. Which you could kind of say that Chanel Blue is kind of a light scent, but I don't really think so. But anyway, By the Fireplace and Jazz Club, I wear those too. But I'm almost out of By the Fireplace. I'll probably buy another bottle of that when I'm out of it. And I think those are the only 4 colognes I have. Alex has... Oh, no. I have one by that Malin and Getz. I love those products so much. You want to talk about expensive products. I love those products. I found those in a hotel. Actually, we were staying at the 24C Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky for our anniversary years ago. I've seen it in a lot of hotels, but that was the first place that they have the Malin and Getz. And then I didn't know that they had bigger sizes and stuff. And who was I watching on YouTube? That guy that's friends with Meghan Trainor, Chris Olsen. He and his ex, they were together. I can't remember what his name is. Ian Paget. They were together forever. And, like, they did some video where they were, like, in the shower and you could, like, see all their products. And they were showing their shower products or something. And they had, like, a big bottle, like a pump bottle of the Malin and Getz body wash. And that was why I ended up buying that. Because I was like, oh, I didn't know you could get it in a pump size bottle. I love their scent. I love their products. They have, like, a mint one that I really, really like. And, like, a bay rum one that I really like. That kind of reminds me of Old Spice. Do you guys remember? I love Old Spice. Oh, my God. I have a bottle. That's a cologne I don't ever wear, but I keep a bottle underneath. It's so expired. I always have a bottle of Old Spice. I love it. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I don't know why. But anyway, when I was a kid, you guys want to know what cologne I wore as a kid? I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here before. I wore Lagerfeld. That was my favorite. I mean, when I was a kid. I loved cologne early. The old Polo bottle, the green, I love that. I still to this day like that smell, but I think it's like so generic and everybody used to wear it. And then when I was in high school, I wore Carolyn Herrera, which is funny because Alex wears, he still to this day wears, it's Carolyn Herrera 101 or something like that. And he has like 15 colognes. I buy him colognes, he buys himself colognes. I just don't do that as much anymore with the colognes. Like, he loves the Benetton cologne to this day. He's worn it forever. He still likes it. And he wears Gucci Guilty, Burberry, Alex wears sometimes. But, okay, so he has Pacific something and Cactus Garden. Cactus Garden, Louis Vuitton doesn't make anymore, but it was probably one of their best scents I've ever smelled. And then Pacific Rim, I think is what it's called, or Pacific Chill. I love that one. So I'll wear those sometimes, but those are kind of spring, summer scents too. But when I was in high school, I wore Carolyn Herrera. What else did I wear? Oh, Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss and Versace I wore when I was in high school. My dad would buy me cologne a lot. My mom is the one that got me started on, she said to me, this was like after I got sober, she said, I think everybody needs to have a signature scent. And so she bought me, I talked about this on here before, she bought me Michael Kors for men, and I bought her Michael Kors for women. And that was the cologne that she wore up until she passed away. I never smelled it. I've like known one woman that wore it besides her, and it like so reminded me of my mom. I think they still make it for women. The one for men, whenever I say this, people are like, I thought Alex just texted me heading home. What? No, he's... everybody's texting me while because I've been texting them all morning and they've been busy. Alex is just texting in. So my mom got me this Michael Kors for men. Now I'm gonna look it up because whenever I say this, people are like, they still make it. They don't make it anymore. 100% no. I've checked a million times. They don't make it. I wish they did. It's one of my favorite scents. I used to buy it, like, I go to Perfumania at the outlet mall and I buy like 4 bottles of it on sale. Discontinued. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Vintage Michael Kors. Oh, you can buy it for $139. Do not buy this for me, I'm telling you right now, because it's discontinued. It's just turned to water. This is the one I used to wear. I've only ever met one other person in my entire life that wore that. Everywhere I would go, I would get, let me text Alex back really quick, hold on a second. I haven't heard from Caroline yet about tomorrow. I can text her. I think she said we're doing tomorrow. I can't remember now. Maybe she had meetings? I don't remember. Alex is texting me back though. I loved that cologne so much. And let me just tell you, like when my mom said signature scent, it's so weird because I wore that cologne and only that cologne. I never bought another, well, towards the end of it, because I knew they would discontinue it and then they would bring it back and then they would discontinue it. And so in that period, I would like, every month or two, I would go to Perfumania. My ex and I used to go to the outlet malls a lot. And so I would buy like at Perfumania, I'd like try like 3 new colognes. I was never happy with it. This is one of the reasons why if I find a cologne today, I just kind of stick with it. Because I was spending a lot of money at that time. Like if a cologne is like $40 to $60 for like a general cologne. Well, back then it was. I don't even know what it is now. I would buy like, I would have like 20 colognes that I never wore. Well, I'm spending $200, $300 a month or $200 a month on cologne. And I'm not wearing it because I don't like it once I get it. And so I stopped doing that. And I was like, I would rather spend that $200 a month on a more expensive cologne or buy a cologne every 2 months and spend the money on a more expensive cologne that I'm going to actually wear. Then go in and I like also have like tried a lot of samples and stuff like that too. Like Tom Ford, I love the Tom Ford colognes. I love them on other people. They stink on me. I don't know what it is about the Tom Ford colognes. Oud Woods or whatever. I wanted to or some vanilla tobacco. I love how those smell on other people. They smell horrible on me. I wish the Tom Ford cologne smelled good on me. I love them, and I love the bottles, but they don't smell good on me at all. So when I find a cologne that smells good on me today, like, or if I get compliments on it, like I get so many compliments on Chanel Blue. It's bizarre. I get so many compliments on it. Probably more compliments on that than I do Creed. But I do get a lot of compliments on Creed. But the Creed that I wear, the Creed Aventus, like, so many people wear it. Oh, so he doesn't actually. So when we were talking about colognes one day, he loves colognes too. He, my neighbor across the street, pool crew lady number one's husband, he wears by Creed, I think it's called Green Irish Tweed. And I have, in the stores, I try to smell it and stuff like that, and I just don't love it. Alex texted me a long thing. Hold on a second. Oh, he's got a meeting at 3:30. And he's got to swing by this event space. So I misunderstood. I thought these, like, dinner and learns were one Thursday a month. But they're like 2 to 3 Thursdays a month. So on Thursdays, he's going to get home late. But anyway, so he's, like, putting all that together today. Anyway, enough about cologne. That was boring, wasn't it? Or did you find it interesting? Do you guys have a favorite scent? I have some favorite women's scents, too. But you know what I found? Like, it kind of depends on the person. What is the one that Sarah wears? Because I bought it for men, and I hated it on me. Angel by Terry Mugler. It smells so good on Sarah. Like, I told her, I said, don't ever wear anything but this. It smells so good on that. On her. The Angel by... No. Is Angel by Terry Mugler? Alien by Terry Mugler. Stank on me. Angel on me. I tried the Angel for men. Horrible. Spice Bomb. Alex actually has some Spice Bomb upstairs. Spice Bomb on me. I've had like 3 friends of mine, guys, that wear Spice Bomb. Smelled so good on them. I bought it. Smelled horrible on me. I was like, what is this? But Tanya wears the women's Spice Bomb. It's like a pinkish purple bottle. Oh my god, it smells so good on her. What are some of my other favorite perfumes? That women wear. I'm trying to think of some of my friends, like what they wear. Why can't I think right now? When I will tell you, if somebody smells good, I'm like, this is like, talk about social anxiety out the window. This is the one thing I'm not afraid to do. If somebody smells good, and it's something that I want to wear, I will go up to them and say, what excuse me, I'm sorry, but you smell good. What do you have on? I know it's kind of weird. We were in some restaurant the other day, and I asked this guy, and he was like, where were we? Oh, it was when we went to that Greek restaurant. Did my neighbor that I was just talking to, did he leave? Because now he's coming back. But I didn't even see him leave. But, is that him? No. We were on our way out, and I said, you smell so good. Like, what do you have on? They were sitting right next to us. And he kind of looked up at me, and he was like, I don't know, she got it for me. And I was like, and she's like, oh my god, I don't remember, I'm so sorry. That happens quite a bit. But this is where it started for me. So my ex and I were on a plane. I don't remember, I think we were going to Dominican Republic. And there was like this wedding crew. And the groom was sitting next to me. I can still see it in my head, because it was like my ex was window seat, I was middle seat, and he was like aisle, the guy. And he had was he sitting next? Yeah, and he had like a fedora on, like this. Anyway. And it was like they were getting married, so they were like kind of a rowdy group anyway, but they were real fun, and he was really nice. He smelled so good, and I was like, I sat there forever, and I was like, I just want to know what he has on. I just want to know what cologne he has on, because I want to buy it, and I want to smell that good. So finally, towards the end of the flight, have I told this story? I feel like I've told this story before, but I said to him, I said, I'm really sorry. I said, but you smell really good. What do you have on? And he goes, I do? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, or something like that. And he was like, I don't wear any cologne. He goes, it's literally old school, the original, what's it called? Old Spice stick of cologne, or of deodorant, stick deodorant. I came home and I bought, it's the original scent. They now have 10 different, it's Fox in the Woods, and they got all these different names for that. No, the original, the old school original Old Spice deodorant. I wore it forever until I switched over to spray deodorant. I wore that, and I loved it. didn't get any compliments on my deodorant though, but it smells so good, I'm telling you right now. It's really hard to find I could only ever find it at Meijer. The original, it's like in a white and red. It's just like white and red. Original, well, this is why it was hard to find, because I always wear deodorant that has antiperspirant and deodorant in it. And, but, so it was the original scent. You have to find the original scent, okay? And then I wanted antiperspirant and deodorant. Well, they wouldn't have that, you know what I'm saying, like everywhere. So that was the only place I could find it. I remember like Tiny and I would go to Walmart and then Walmart or Meijer, and they had it at Meijer, but they didn't have it at Walmart. But anyway, enough of all that crazy talk about deodorant and stuff like that. But he gives me a lot. He doesn't give me stuff, but he gives me a lot of ideas for stuff. He's so funny. He is so hilarious. But he shops a lot at Tommy Bahama. For some reason, we get in our mailbox their coupons, or his coupons for Tommy Bahama. So I give him a hard time about it. And I'm always like, I think I'm going to use your Tommy Bahama. Tommy Bahama reminds me of my dad. But anyway, I think I've been in Tommy Bahama like one time or something like that. But I'm always like, I'm going to use your Tommy Bahama coupons. And he's like, you better not. And he starts laughing at me. But for some reason, we get their Tommy Bahama, or his Tommy Bahama coupons. And so then I walk him across the street, put him in the mailbox. What was I going to say? Now I'm like, is Caroline out of town? And I forgot that she was going out of town. I don't remember. It's kind of a pretty day. Oh, so my executive decision. Did I even tell you? So I woke up today. This is how the whole thing started. I got way off track. Somebody said the other day they kind of like it when I do that because it feels like you're just like having a conversation with a friend. That meant so much to me, whoever said that. Oh, wait. She's texted me back 12:15. My husband, anything I text him, he hearts. So then it's like, anytime I get a text, I'm like, did I get a text? And it's like, he heart. I texted him back, okay, babe, because he told me it was like, send a paragraph of his plans for the rest of the afternoon. And I said, okay, babe. And he hearted it. So that's why, anyway. What was I going to say? Yeah. So I woke up today and I was like, I feel so good. I feel rested. I was like, I think I'm just going to like, I have such a hard time doing this, you guys. You have no idea. I was like, I need to learn to do this a little bit more. Because for one reason, I film so many videos in a day that what I'm starting to notice as far as like views is like by the second day, the views kind of catch up. So I think like if I kind of mixed it up a little bit and like, I'm going to continue to film on a regular basis on most of my channels. So I'm not dipping out and saying I'm not going to do that. But I think for me to take like a day off or something like that and not film as much, I think is healthy. It's good for my mental health, number one. Not just on the weekends, but, you know, throughout the week. Like, on the weekends, like Alex and I are together and, you know, whatever during the day. And so during the week, like, just to sit and read and watch a TV show or take a long walk, like, that's kind of my plans today. And that's what I've been doing. So, well, kind of. I've been listening to my audiobook, but the dogs have been... So they've been a little crazy today, running around and stuff. I think they're starting to feel good. We're like... Well, first of all, the change from the plastic to the inflatable things has made a world of difference. A world of difference. I mean, you can just totally tell it in their attitudes. They still scratch a lot at their necks, but it's just like, it's like they're so happy about it. So, today I woke up, and it was just really easy for me. I was kind of like, I think I'm just going to vlog, and then I'm just going to read. Because I've got to finish this Pumpkin Spice Cafe book this week. Not because I have to, but because I want to find out what happens. I'm so into that book. I think I've got about 75 pages left of it. Last night I read a ton of it. I read a lot last night. So I want to do that. I want to read a lot tonight, and I want to take a long walk when Alex gets home. And I started a new show last night that I want to keep on watching tonight. So I was like, you know what? I think tonight and maybe even tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow when I get back from Caroline's, I'll probably be running around with Caroline. We'll probably be back earlier. I'll probably be back by 2:15, 2:30 tomorrow. So I'll film a couple videos. I've got a whole list of videos in there that I was going to make for today. I did not know I was going to do this until I woke up. So my plan was that I was going to come out here like at noon and I was going to vlog, and then the rest of the day I was just going to be like, you know, hanging out. And I can't, the camera fell, and now I have no idea how long I've been vlogging for. And I don't know what time I started the vlog. It doesn't matter. The battery's not at the halfway mark yet. We'll just worry about it when the battery gets to the halfway mark. So anyway, I'm like, was I like 10 minutes into the vlog when it fell? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so this morning I was like, I'm just gonna read and I'll vlog from like, I was like doing stuff with the dogs, and then I was like, I'll vlog from like 12 to like 1:15, and then like I'll have the rest of the day to read and stuff like that. Okay, I forgot it was landscaping day today. So I wanted to vlog outside, and I was like waiting for the perfect moment. But first of all, the dogs were like running around inside like crazy. And then, so I was bringing them out like a lot, and the landscapers were outside, and Mrs. was outside with her friends moving pumpkins. And as soon as they see Mrs., they just like, she was taking videos of them today and stuff. It was so cute. She was like, I want, they're like pulling me, you know, over there. And she's like, I want videos of them and their little, do I have a picture? I mean, I have lots of pictures, but did I pick any of them up and show them to you guys yesterday? Any of them, either of them up? And okay, I saved this article that I saw on Facebook. Before she died, Rocky Dennis's mom finally broke silence about Rocky Dennis, and it's not good. Do you guys know who Rocky Dennis is? He was the inspiration for the movie Mask with Cher. So I screenshot it because I'm like, I want to go in and read this. I might make a video about it. Would anybody care? I would. I'm like, the world remembers Rocky Dennis as the boy who defied doctors, inspired millions, and was immortalized in Hollywood film. But before she died, Rocky Dennis's mom finally broke the silence about her son, and her truth is not good. Do you remember that last scene when she's like putting the things? They're playing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ripple by Grateful Dead. I did hum at first. And she's putting the pegs in the map, and she's like, now you can go anywhere you want to go, Rocky. Oh god, that movie breaks my heart. Anyway. Seeking Sister Wives. Should I be watching the show? Number one, and reacting to it? Because a lot of people have been asking me to. And number two, do I have to watch the 2 previous seasons before I do? I need those questions. Finished War of the Worlds. Loved it. Okay. Started Billionaire's Bunker last night. So good. So good. It's not what I expected. Okay. Pictures I'm sending Nikki. I got it. I can't. Pictures I'm sending Nikki of Love After Lockup. I was watching that last night. Oh, my vlog from yesterday that I uploaded on my phone. Okay. Do I have pictures of the dogs? Yeah, I did, but you can't really see them because they're like from far away. So here's Otis sleeping on the floor upstairs in the bedroom with his little pink thing on. So what was I saying? Oh, so the landscapers were out. And I was waiting for them to get like real tired. And the landscapers were outside too. So I was like, okay, well, first of all, I can't vlog outside. I feel like I've been vlogging so much inside that I really want to vlog outside today. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until they get really, really tired and the landscapers are gone. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen until like after 2. I don't even know what time I started on here. I can kind of tell when they're like nap-wise. Otis walks over to the big bed first. So I moved the beds. The big bed is closest to the TV now, and they like, both of them sleep in the big bed, like holding on to each other. It's so cute. Oh, I do actually have pictures of that. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so Otis will start like slowly walking over the bed, and then he kind of like lays down, and then Walter comes and curls up next to him. And that's when I know they're like out for like, they're gonna be out for like 2 hours. And so they ran so much today. We did leash training twice this morning. I cleaned the house, and I was like listening to my audiobook, that September House. I do not love that book. The September House, I would not recommend to anybody. Somebody said something about like when you figure it out, it's actually kind of a sad book. I kind of got that already. I mean, it is kind of a sad book when you find out kind of the history of this woman, and I'm like, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I don't know that I would recommend it. I'll be honest with you. If it hadn't been so hyped up, and so many people hadn't talked about it online, and talked about what a great book it is, I probably would DNF it. And I hardly ever, and that means do not finish, I hardly ever DNF a book. Like, almost never. So for me to say that is like saying a lot. I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it at all. And somebody recommended, they said, if you like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe books, you should. There's another one. I looked it up last night. It's a series, and I screenshot it and looked it up on Goodreads last night, so thank you. Something about a small town, and it's another farmer guy story, and which is really funny, I have to tell you. There's all these stories out there about, like, the woman that moves to town and falls in love with the farmer. So one of our good friends, well, so for those of you that do not know, Alex and I, who's texting me? The camera stopped. Alex has a friend that, I didn't even realize that was a 30-minute mark. Alex has a friend that used to do hair and makeup for the Britney Spears tours. So I've talked about this a couple times before. Actually, you know what? I just found a picture of it not too long ago. So we went and saw 2 of the world tours because for one of them, she did like all the hair and makeup, and why am I all of a sudden losing my voice? For one of them, she did all the hair and makeup for the dancers, and for the other one, she did like hair for the dancers and makeup, and then like makeup on Britney Spears. But she was like part of her close team, and so she got us tickets to go see. We saw her in Cleveland and we saw her in Columbus. I think it was Columbus. I don't remember, but during I Want to Go, she brings up people on stage from the audience. But it's very contrived. They already have it like picked out who's going to be coming up. So we got like a background backstage. I have like a VIP thing I've shown and everything like that, where it says like my name on it. It's the Britney Spears. Which tour is it? Is it the woman? I can't remember. Anyway, we got like backstage tours and all that kind of stuff. We just signed like, I mean, they weren't non-disclosure agreements, but they were like these things that you had to sign that said you couldn't say anything about what you saw backstage and stuff like that. And then we got to go and dance on stage with Britney Spears to I Want to Go. I can remember because at the time, was that before we got, yeah, I was like 39 turning 40. And I was like, I remember thinking to myself, like, because it was all like people that were like younger, you know, and we were up there with another friend of ours that knows this girl too, for that one. Another time we went with our friend that lives in Denver that went to Alex's birthday. But I was like, so you stand there at the bottom of these like stairs, these metal stairs, and they bring you up on the stage. And they did it like from 4 different parts. We were the last group they brought up. And I was like, you're talking about massive stadium, okay? You're getting ready to go on a stage. I'm like looking around me, and I'm like, you know, like, I don't do well with that kind of stuff. And I'm like, in my head, I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And I'm like, I am too old for this. I'm almost 40, blah, 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 whatever. At 40, I'm 53 now, right? And this would have been before I was on YouTube or anything. And I can remember the guy was looking at me because he was like helping us up. And he was like, are you coming or are you not coming? And in that moment, I was like, you only live once. F it. And I walked up on stage. And then they had taught us, like, we were just supposed to, like, dance and stay, like, in place like that. And then she was doing, like, her thing in front of everybody. So she would go to one corner, and they would bring up people, and they would dance with her. They'd go to another corner, and then they brought all the people together on the front. And then we were like, I want to go. Uh-oh. So anyway, it's so funny, because when you look at the pictures, like, we have given Alex such a hard time about this for years. When you look at the pictures, like, it's all of us, because you know Alex is like a dancer and danced for the Fever. I don't know if you guys know that, but Alex's like high school and college job was that he danced for the Fever. They had like a hip-hop dance team. I don't know if I think they still do, but anyway, so he danced for the Fever. That was his high school and college job. So his dream was always to be like a dancer, like, you know, going on like with pop stars and being a dancer and stuff. So we're on stage, and it's our friend, like, this girl, not the girl that does hair and makeup, but the friend that we went down there with that's really good friends with her. And so, that was Columbus was it Columbus that we went to? That was Columbus, I think. Because, yeah, because we went out after that. Oh my god, we had such a fun time. Anyway, so she was, so she was like on, like, they were in Chicago, and then they were going to be in Columbus. And so she, like, they had, like, 2 days off. And so she was, like, in Indianapolis seeing family and friends. And so she was like, can you give me a ride to Columbus? And she was like, because if you can, and then I can, like, get you guys, like, backstage passes and whatever. And so we're like, yeah, absolutely. And so, like, I was, like, 20 questioning her on the way down there. I was like, this about Britney. She's like, anyway, it was real fun. So But when we're dancing on stage, it's so funny because like we're all just like going like this, and Alex is like doing all these dance moves. And like in the picture, it's like Alex is like this, like, and we're all like, you were gonna get discovered. And he's like, I never thought that I was gonna get. We're like, you thought you were gonna get discovered by Britney Spears, your next dancer. But anyway, and then. So one of the things that I didn't really know is like at that time, I know more about it now, is like dancers, like all the dancers from like the different, like Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, all those people, they're like all friends, like they know each other. Like it's a group of like, let's say 100 people that like all know each other that work, like dancers and the people that set up. Like I remember when we went backstage and like all the trailers, like they have like semis that travel from, it's like they said something that was like 30 or 60 semis just to set up. And that includes like food services and like dressing rooms, the stage, everything. I was like blown away when they were like showing us all that stuff. But anyway, so all the dancers know each other. And so she ended up working for somebody else too. I can't remember who. But she's the one that called me like out of the blue. I've told this story in here before, but she called me up like out of the blue. And she said that Demi Lovato was looking for a personal assistant, and that they had very specific requirements for what they wanted and things like that. And they wanted it to be somebody that was sober and somebody that, all this kind of stuff. And she was like, would you be interested in doing it? And I was like, I remember like, she was like, this is serious, Peter. She was like, I know her people, like they're looking for somebody to go like on tour with her. And to like go to LA, you would have to, if like it happens, you're gonna have to move to LA like tomorrow. And I was like, I don't know, I need like some time to think about it. She goes, can you call me back in an hour? She's like, they need somebody. And I was like, okay. And she was like, but here's the thing, you're gonna be on like 24 hours a day. Like it's not like a job, like it's a 24-hour a day thing. And I remember I'd watched that Lindsay Lohan documentary I think Oprah did, where her assistant is just like constantly running for her, and that went through my head. But I was like, Alex and I talked about it, and Alex was like, I mean, if we have to move, we have to move. Like, you know, he's like, I think that would be a really good opportunity for you, and that would be really exciting, and whatever. I was kind of like, I think that was before I was on YouTube too, and I was like, I want something different. And so anyway, she took my information and stuff like that and gave it to them. I think they like texted me to like set up a call. I can't remember how it happened, then I never heard back from them. So it never happened. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, like, those are one of those things that, like, look great, but, like, in retrospect, you're, like, really thankful that it didn't happen. I just think that my life would look so completely different. I mean, we would have moved to LA. I think, like, I would have been on 24 hours. I don't know. You know what I mean? I hate to say this, but I'm not even that big of a Demi Lovato fan. I don't even know that. Did she sing that Skyscraper song? I don't even know that I can name 2 Demi Lovato's. I think she's fine, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not a fan. I mean, if it was somebody that like I fanned over, maybe I'd like Stevie Nicks or something, be like, we're going, you know what I mean? But I thought it was a cool opportunity, you know what I mean? But anyway, so, and it's interesting how, so anyway, so that friend of ours, okay, when she decided that she didn't want to be doing no more world tours, I remember I asked her, I was like, is it so much fun to like, I mean, you're going everywhere in the world, right? Like on these world tours. I mean, she went everywhere. She went Brazil, everywhere, you know? And she's like, we're working. So it's not like you're getting around, like, you don't see much of the city. And I will never forget, she told me this. She said, the first thing I do, like, she's like, because we usually fly in late at night. And she's like, so it's late at night and we're going to our hotel rooms. And she's like, we check into our hotel rooms and we wake up the next morning. And she goes, the first thing I do is I get on my, what is it called? Around Me app. Is that what it's called? Hold on a second. Around Me. She's like, I get in my Around Me app and I look up coffee. And she's like, then I go get my friend and we go to the nearest coffee shop and get coffee. She's like, then we have to go for like rehearsals and like setup and stuff like that. I was like, so you don't really get to see, she's like, no, we don't really get to see a lot of the cities and stuff like that. So anyway, when she decided that she was going to settle down, she ended up meeting this farmer, and I can't remember how they met, but she met this farmer. They have like 4 kids now, and she lives on this beautiful farm, and they like do like wedding events and stuff out there and stuff like that. She's just a really cool person in general, but She never, you know, it's interesting because, like, I would ask her a lot of questions. She never had anything. I remember when, like, all this stuff with the conservatorship was going on with Britney Spears and stuff like that, and I asked her, I think I was going to, like, I asked her if she would, like, do, like, sit down and do an interview with me or something like that. She's like, yeah, absolutely. She's like, I have nothing bad to say about Britney Spears. She's like, and no, I'm not signed, I'm not, you know, like, there's no NDA that I can't say anything and whatever. She's like, I have nothing bad to say about her. She was like, she was amazing, and the whole thing was amazing and stuff like that, and she's like, I have nothing bad to say about her, and I remember her saying that, so that was interesting. But it's sad when I see the stuff about Britney Spears. I mean, you only see, like, you know, 2 minutes of a TikTok and stuff like that now, but I saw this thing the other day. I mean, she's older than she was. I mean, people want to compare her to what she was when we were 20. Listen, do any of us look like we did when we were 20 or act the way that we did when we were 20? But when she's spinning around in her house in these, like, ridiculous outfits, I don't know, some of it kind of makes me sad. There's obviously something going on there, but I don't know about that. I don't know, the whole thing is... But anyway, so she met a farmer. So she got the pumpkin spice latte romance, didn't she? And she got to go on world tours with Britney Spears. I think two or maybe she did 3 world tours with her. Well, the first one we went to was Circus. So the I Want to Go one was with Nicki Minaj. Because they both, like, Nicki Minaj opened for her. And then they did that song, When the World Ends, or whatever, together. The battery went to the halfway mark. It's kind of like, in retrospect, it's kind of strange. I remember our seats, too. Our seats were, like, incredible. Like, the stage was right there, and we were, like, 3 rows back. Like, she got us incredible seats. Both times we went, she got us incredible seats. You know what I'm thinking? Like, our friend from Denver, he actually went both times. It was Alex and I and our friend that she knows her as well. She's really good friends with her. And then our friend from Denver that lived here at the time. It was the 4 of us both times that went. Well, we only drove her the one time. The first time when we went to the Circus tour, or did he not go the second time? Was he living in New York then? I think maybe he didn't go the second time. He just went to the Circus tour. Here's my pickleball lady that I love so much. I always pass her when I'm walking. What's going on over there? Someone's backing into my neighbor's driveway. Anyway, interesting memories, right? Never thought that would happen. So yeah, so today, I was gonna get to, like, reading and doing all my books and stuff a lot earlier, but I listened to my audiobook a little bit, but then, like, the landscapers were out here and stuff like that. I swear to God, like, I'm looking at the yard right now. It doesn't look like the landscapers were even here today. And it poured down rain yesterday. I was talking to my neighbor, and I said, I think it's interesting, because we have, like, 2 or 3 cancellation days a year that you can do. I think we're only, like, probably less than a month out. I think they stopped sometime in October. I think we're, like, a month out. They actually put an email out about when the last day is the landscapers come. But I think it's interesting that, like, they use these cancellation days when it's beautiful outside. She'll send out an email, not the HOA president, but the management company. She'll send out an email and it'll say, like, we can use, I don't understand if it, like, we don't pay for those days. I guess that must be what it means. But she'll be like, since we get, like, 2 or 3 cancellation days a year in our contract, we're going to use one of them today. But then they don't use it on a day, like, after it rains. Like, the grass is still, like, soggy wet outside. Oh, by the way, somebody said something, I can't remember who it was, about, and this is like, I know they work for, like, a pool company, or they do something for a pool company because they've said something before, and I'm always like, I want to work for a pool company. I think they said something about, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 2 different people I'm thinking of, but they said something about, because this was on my Peter Does Stuff video, I think, when I showed the pool, and I said, oh, the water is still in the pool. And they said, Peter, they keep the water in the pool year round so that, like, you know, whatever, it doesn't, I don't know, crack or doesn't go bad. I don't know, anyway, why they keep the water. But I know that. But what I was talking about was, they take the, what do you call it, things out, because they store them in that building. They take the ladders out. I know I said on the video, like, the water's still in the pool. I did say that. But what I meant was, they put this, you know, the tarp over it, and they put it all down. They usually do that within, like, a couple days of closing the pool. So, yes, I know that the water is in there year-round. I know that they don't completely drain the pool. But but thank you for, anyway. But they hadn't put the tarp on there yet. somebody's like right over there, but I can't tell if they're like in front of my house or I just think it's interesting that they were so intent on closing the pool on Labor Day, okay? Like, we have to close the pool. But then the pool company that we were going to have to pay big money to if we kept it open, because part of it is that the later in the year, because they have so many pools that they have to close, the later that we keep it open, then they have to pay for those extra weeks, because then they have to put us later in the year to close it or whatever, and the chemicals. But we have a bunch of chemicals in that pool house because the volunteers are the ones that put the chemicals in. It's not the pool company that puts the chemicals in. They just come out every 2 weeks and do maintenance on it, which is where they basically just check it and go, it's fine. So, because we have volunteers that basically run the pool. But they were so intent on closing it the first day, which that week after was cold anyway, but then it was like 85 to 90 degrees. We could have used the pool. They were so intent on closing it down and putting that chain link around it that, to me, it's like the pool company obviously has not come out here because they put a huge tarp over it every year. And they take the, what do you call it, the ladders and stuff out. You know, even if they had kept the pool open, I probably wouldn't have used it much anyway. But I might have gone up there for one last swim in the summer. No, but I'm ready for fall. I am ready for fall and the cooler weather and stuff like that. I came out here last night and was talking to somebody on the phone. I was like, God, it's still not cool out. Oh, there's my favorite neighbors. Where's your wife? You don't know? Enjoy your walk. He said she's getting lazy in her old age. I'm taking a long walk tonight. I'm hoping to finish that September house. Gotta get it done. So anyway, when I sit out here, it's funny because like when they walk over the door, I can hear them. They both walked over their bed, and I was like, okay, this is the time to like sneak out. I can hear them like if they walk in the kitchen, and I can also hear them like when they come over to the door, and I haven't heard them at all. They must be like out. They both like walked over their bed. So they've been running a lot. I've been trying to I'm like, no, you guys, you can't. But their scars look really, really good. I looked at them today, and they look like they're almost like completely healed up. So they don't really seem to notice them. It's really kind of bizarre. Like, there was something I was going to tell you guys about. Something funny about Otis and Walter. What did I want to tell you? Oh, shoot. What was it? Something I wanted to tell you guys about Otis and Walter that was so cute earlier. Yeah, but they don't really every once in a while, they'll sniff at each other kind of a little bit, like where the scar is, but then they kind of move back. And I've also been like, no. But they haven't I was really worried about them. You know, we're still obviously at night separating them and stuff like that. But I was really worried that they would just lay there. And, you know, they don't really do that. The one thing is that Walter kind of thinks the thing around Otis's, the pink thing, you know, is a toy. And he'll kind of go, he wants to chew on it. And I'm like, no, Walter. And he kind of just looks at me like what? I'm like, that's not a chew toy. What was I wanting to tell you guys? It was so cute that they did today. They are just so funny. Shoot, now I don't remember what it is. So last night, they were upstairs, Alex was upstairs, and I tried to take a nap, and I just could not fall asleep. I could not fall asleep to save my life last night. I don't know what was going on, but I could not sleep. Where am I at? I'm like, should I get into this and my night last night, and then I think the battery's going to die. I don't know how long I've got on this battery. But anyway, I wasn't going to vlog for very long today. Actually, that was the other thing. I was like, I'm going to vlog for 40 minutes today. Here I am. I think I'm over an hour. I don't know. But anyway, so I could not sleep. I laid there for an hour, and I just could not fall asleep. And so finally I got up, and I came downstairs, took them out, and stuff like that. And it was so wet and rainy out last night. They just wanted no part of being outside and all that. They wanted no part of it. And so, that's when after that was when I took a shower and all that kind of stuff, put on my comfy clothes, and I came downstairs. It was still really, it was early for me. It was I think 11 at that point. And talked on the phone for a little bit, I think, and then They kind of slept most of the night last night. It was interesting. Like, when I was, like, reading, they were asleep the whole time. And so I just sat there and I read, like, a lot at the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And then I read a couple chapters in each of my other books. The James Patterson book, which is called Confessions of the Dead, I don't know what happens with the book, and I'm only, like, at this point, I think, like, 80 or 100 pages in. It's a long book. Some of the chapters are short, some of the chapters are long. It doesn't really read to me like a James Patterson book. I don't know if that's... He wrote it with J.D. Barker, who I don't know who that is, but I don't know if it's J.D. Barker wrote the book and James Patterson just put his name on it, but it does not read like a James Patterson book. It reads almost kind of like a Stephen King, like, or pieces of Stephen King that I've read. It kind of reminds me of, like, The Institute that I just watched a little bit. It reminds me of Stephen King shows that I've watched. It's definitely kind of like a weird thriller, but there's, like, I don't know, kind of like a Dean Koontz or something like that. It's different. I like it. I really do. Nuclear Dawn, I was actually telling Nikki last night, so she's going to start the Kayla Stone, Kayla Stone, Edge of Collapse books. I was telling her about them last night. Because I was like, you got to read the prequel first, which is Chaos Rising, because that kind of explains what, you don't have to, but I said it'll make more sense. So anyway, so I read some of Nuclear Dawn. I'm kind of stuck in the middle of it, and it's kind of getting a little boring to me. So I read that in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, and then I was like, okay, I gotta go in and watch my shows. Last night, earlier, I got caught up on Big Brother while I was eating dinner. So I watched Big Brother. I'm like over it. I already know how the whole show is gonna end, and it's just, I'm over it. But anyway, and I looked up today on the spoilers because I'm so over I said I wasn't going to do that, and I did. I looked up the spoilers, so I already know, like, who got evicted and who won next head of household. It's whatever. The show is so boring this season. I'm over it. I'm ready for the show to be over. So anyway, this is, like, one of the first times I've ever, like, even when I watched Big Brother back in the day, this is one of the first times ever I've ever felt like this about Big Brother, that I'm just kind of, like, done with it. Nikki said the same thing. Everybody that I know, Tanya's like, I'm over it. She's like, I'm not even caught up. So I watched Big Brother earlier, and then I've got 3 episodes of Love After Lockup to catch up on. So I was like, I watched the first, like, 40, well, I've got like 5 minutes left of the first episode. This is the thing about Life After Lockup. Whenever I start watching it, like, okay, the battery's flashing, I gotta go get another battery. I'll be back in 2 and 2. This could be longer than I thought it was gonna be. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Got a new battery. When I went inside, because all my batteries are in the kitchen, I have them plugged in 2 different places, and I have a bowl in the cabinet that I keep the 3rd one in. So, like, I was trying to be real quiet, and I, like, looked over at the bed, and when I was, like, opening the cabinet, Walter, like, I pulled, like, one of the batteries out, and then I was, like, looking in the cabinet to see if the battery was in there, if it was charging, and I, like, looked over, and, like, they're both laying side by side, each other asleep, and Walter kind of, like, looked his head up, and then he put his head back down. I was like, they are out. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I think I was talking about Life After Lockup. Big Brother already went on that rant. So when I start watching Life After Lockup, if I have, like, a show to pick through, I'm trying to get caught up on my, like, Welcome to Plathville. I've got to get caught up on that. I think I'm going to watch an episode of that tonight, so I can do my video on that tomorrow. Because I have a movie video that I was going to do today, but I think I'm going to watch Plathville tonight and get another episode of that caught up. So, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff online about it, so I gotta get, Tanya was like, have you caught up on Plathville? I was like, no, girl, I'm like on I've got episode 4 to watch. She's like, oh my god, it's so messy. So anyway, somebody put a picture of me, like, from the vlog in the Vloggerinas group, and it's like me going like that, and they're like, comment below what Peter's about to say, and Mel posted on it and said, oh girl, or something like that. I was like, she knows me too well. But anyway, so yeah, I told Tanya, I was like, girl, no, I'm still on, like, I gotta watch episode 4. So I think that's what I'm gonna watch tonight, so I can do my TV video about that tomorrow. So whenever I start watching Life After Lockup, like, I get a couple episodes behind, but once I start watching it, it's so addicting, you guys. Like, I almost couldn't stop watching it. But then I was like, I think that was at the point that I wanted to kind of take a nap or whatever, so I went upstairs with the dogs and Alex, and I was getting kind of, like, real tired anyway. So when I came back downstairs and got done with my reading and whatever, was watching my shows, I'd already watched Big Brother and was caught up on that. I was like, I don't want to watch reality TV tonight. So I went in and I was like, I want to watch some new show. I was actually going to watch Falling Skies because one of you guys recommended to me Falling Skies. And because I love these apocalyptic shows, right? Falling Skies, I don't even know where it's at. Hold on a second. Somebody texted me. Caroline. Falling. Oh, you knew who that was? That came down the road and I said, couldn't hear. That was my neighbor that they're redoing the house. I think they're getting ready to move in anyway. Oh, it's 5 seasons? What? It's got Noah Wiley in it. Oh, it's on HBO Max. In the wake of an alien attack that has crippled most of the world, shock has turned to resolve as the survivors gather to fight back. I don't want to read any more about that. Maybe I'll start watching it and see what I think. Anyway, I don't think I've ever watched it before. So last night, I was like, okay. Oh, that's her. Close your door so I don't have to like stop the video so people can hear your phone call on the vlog. When Caroline pulls up, she's always doing like business calls and stuff like that, and her phone is like that loud in the driveway. I'm always like, girl, it is so loud when you're like talking on the phone. She's like, and she listens to her audiobooks that loud too. I'm like, I think like, okay. Anyway, so I have movies to watch. Okay, here's my videos to do. The Final Destination, I have not done a reaction to that. Night Always Comes, Talk to Me. I want to do a video explaining my rating system. This week, I want to announce the Halloween Movie Club. So if you want to watch Halloween, not the franchise Halloween, we did that before. But, oh, maybe I should just do the Halloween movies again. I had so much fun watching those last year, especially Halloween 3. I don't know why I had so much fun watching Halloween 3, but... So anyway, I was like, okay, I gotta finish this Lifetime movie that had started the night before. And it's called You're Not Safe Here. It was so bad, you guys. I finished it, but it was so bad. So that was gonna be my movie video today. I had all my videos all planned out for today, what I was gonna do, but I ended up just making my vlog today and taking the day as a little day. This is so hard for me to do. It's so hard for me to be like even I was like, okay, well, if you film your vlog, then maybe after you get done with your vlog, you could do a review or something. I was like, you need to just film your vlog today and just learn how to do it. It's not even about that I need to do it today, like I feel like I need it. It's about I need to learn that if I need to take a day, I can, you know what I mean? So anyway, so give me Lifetime. I put this actually up on my Instagram last night. Let's go look and see what people put. Because I said I need recommendations for Lifetime movies to react to. And of course Mel, who thinks she's so funny, she commented Endless Night, which is the book by Richard Lehman. I texted her. What did I text her? I said to her, because I saw it come up. I said, girl, F your Endless Night, LOL. And she said, F your Lifetime movies. I said, haha. She said I couldn't help myself. I said, F and B. Then she put the nail emojis. Anyway, what did suggestions people give me? Somebody said I was about to write the VC Andrews ones, my favorites, but I put in there. So I put up here, this is what I put. And I put, give me recommendation or recs for your favorite Lifetime movies to react to on my movie channel, like the scary one. I like the scary ones, but I'll take any suggestions. And I'm already watching the VC Andrews movies. Because I'm currently watching the Heaven series. Somebody put Easy Prey. 15 and Pregnant is always a classic. Somebody, You're Not Supposed to Be Here with Chriselle Staus, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I was like, do they mean the original one with Rebecca De Mornay? And I was like, oh, I think they did a remake of it. They clone Tyrone. I've never heard of some of these. It's old, but it is Kelly Martin and Tori Spelling, called A Friend to Die For. Kelly Martin and Tori Spelling are in Death of a Cheerleader, right? Are they also in one called A Friend to Die For? I don't know if I've ever heard that. Oh, they are, no. Oh, Friend to Die For. Look. When you look it up, A Friend to Die For is also called Death of a Cheerleader. Oh my God, that is crazy. I did not know that. Well, I told you that Melissa, she loves this movie. She had Tori Spelling sign this movie. I just shared that with you guys not too long ago when she got to finally meet Tori Spelling. She had her sign her DVD of it. I love that she did that. So anyway, I think I'm going to go back and watch Mother May I somebody put it in here, Mother May I Walk with Danger or something like that, and Death of a Cheerleader, because I haven't watched this in so long. I did not know that was originally called A Friend to Die For. Haunting Sarah. Did you watch the Honey Boo Boo one? I've not. Homeless to Harvard. A lot of people recommended that to me. She's Too Young. Devil's Diary. What's that? Please react to the 15 and Pregnant movie with Kirsten Dunst. I think I have watched that. The Girl in the Basement. That was actually one I was looking at. The Walmart Baby. It's really Where the Heart Is, but it's Where the Heart is a Billie Letts novel. She's one of my favorite novelists of life. Oh my god, that is not a Lifetime movie. I love that you think it is, but it is such a great movie. I love that movie. By the way, Billie Letts is her name. She wrote a book called Shoot the Moon. If you like that movie, you need to read all her books. Her books, Billie Letts, she passed away. She did not start publishing books until she was like 60. She was married to a famous Billie Letts. Hold on a second. I talked about her in here before. I've like read all of her books. I love her. Here she is. She passed away in 2014. She was married to, he was like a famous producer or something, Dennis Letts. He was an actor in his second career, they said. Maybe it's her son that's famous. Somebody that, anyway, I love her books so much. Where the Heart Is, The Honk and Holler opening stint, Shoot the Moon, Made in the USA, such a good book. It's about these kids that are like, their mom just like left them, and they're like, they have their car, and so like they're like, I think they're hiding out in Vegas and sleeping in this car overnight. Her books are so good. They're kind of like sad times Americana kind of books, if you've ever like, I don't know. They're really, really good. If you've never read Where the Heart Is, but I love that you thought that was a Lifetime movie. It kind of does have a Lifetime movie feel to it. I don't know where a person can stream this, but A Girl Like Me. That's actually on my list. Not a specific suggestion, but once it's Christmas season, you should do one movie a week. Girl, you know I'm doing Christmas movies. You know I'm doing Christmas movies, trust. I can't wait. Death of a Cheerleader. Oh, Mother May I Sleep with Danger. Thank you, Teresa. That's what it is. Mother May I Sleep with Danger. That and Death of a Cheerleader are Melissa's two favorite movies. I think, well, other than Halloween, probably the original Halloween. Oh, here's Mel. Endless Night. She thought she was so funny. She went missing. I mean, there's so many people ask me to watch. The Terrifier. Somebody said Terrifier, please. Well, I don't know if people just meant movies or like Lifetime movies, but The Terrifier is not a Lifetime movie. But The Terrifier is, first of all, I have to say, is one of the only, who was I talking to about this the other day? Oh, Nikki and I were talking about, just any book I read. Give me a scary book that scared the hell out of you, please, in the comment section below. A book that scared the hell out of you. Because I want to read a book that scares me. I feel like I'm so used to psychological storylines and thrillers that really none of the books really scare me that much anymore. So Nikki and I were both talking about that. And, but the Terrifier movies, I have to be honest with you, like very rarely do horror movies scare me anymore because I feel like I've kind of seen it all. The Terrifier, you know what one franchise I was actually gonna look up. I've never seen these movies. I mean, I probably saw the first one like when I was high school, but I don't remember it. I know I screenshot this. Hold on a second. Where is it at? I can delete these because I bought both of these books. Malevolent and Heartsick. The Evil Dead movies. Okay, I've never seen, I think there's 3 of them. I've never seen the Evil Dead movies. The first one came out in 1981. I think the second one, like you can't even watch anywhere. But I've never seen the Evil Dead movies. If I've seen them or seen the first one, it was like when I was in high school and I do not remember it. So but I'm not going to pick that for the Halloween movie club, because put some suggestions for what you guys would like in the Halloween movie club too. Like if you're going to watch the movies with me, I have a couple ideas. I'm not going to do Friday the 13th and I'm not going to do Halloween because I've done those the 2 previous years. So pick a movie for a Halloween horror movie and not like Halloween Town and some stuff like that. No, like horror movies franchise. And we're going to watch all the movies. I have it narrowed down to 2, I think. Maybe 3. So I'll probably make that announcement tomorrow or Thursday, because I want to give people enough time before, like, because I think the way that I'm going to do it is Okay, October starts next week, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks until Halloween. So, like, if there's 8 movies in a series or 6 movies in a series, it'll be like 1 or 2 movies a week. I know it's a lot, but you can also binge watch them the week of. I always feel like I should just do the Halloween ones again. I love the Halloween movies so much. If I did the Halloween ones, then I could review each one. I feel like I know them really well. That's the thing. Gosh, what should I do? My Paul, I gave my all. That's from Halloween. In case you didn't know. I wish I had you all alone. Just the two of us. Google that song. Do you know what that famous song is? I wish I had you. Hold on a second. I wish I had you. I love the Google so much. You all alone. You ready for this? Song. The song is an original, and it is called the Laurie Strode song. I wish I had you all along. New look at Laurie Strode. John Carpenter's Halloween as Laurie walks down the street. What song I sing? Horrible, but I just remember being sort of, I wish I had you all alone. Just the two of us. And Michael Myers is watching her. I love Halloween so much. The season and the movies. Oh wait, it's One Wish by Ray J can be obtained. That's not it. Ray J, is that the one that is that who the Kim Kardashian thing happened with? I don't know who that is. Wish I had you. Oh, PJ Souls is Linda in Halloween. There's more lyrics to that than that. I'll hold you close to me, so close to me, just the two of us. What is this? PJ Souls played Linda. Linda doesn't sing it. Laurie sings it. It's totally insane. We have 3 new cheers to learn in the morning. The game is in the afternoon. I have to get my hair done at 5 and the dance is at 8. I'll be totally wiped out. I don't think you have enough to do tomorrow. Totally. Has all the lines in here. Oh, this is the one where he talks about, okay. You want a beer? Yeah, Bob says. Is that all you can say? Yeah. Go get me a beer. I thought you were going to get me one. Yeah. I'll be right back. Don't get dressed. That's when Bob gets killed in the kitchen, and then he comes back, and she goes, trying to get my ghost, Bob. Love this movie so much. Oh my god, it has all the lines in here. This is where I can just fall down the rabbit hole and just read stuff like this. Anyway. PJ Souls, Linda. Oh, so last night I finished that Lifetime movie. Why is it like when you watch? I mean, I've seen some Lifetime movies where the acting's not bad, but like this one last night. Okay, so by the way, I'm a member of the Lifetime Movie Club now. It's $4.99 a month. It's totally worth it. It's just like one of those subscriptions on Prime that you get, right? Okay, so, but it has like a top 10 on there, like every other streaming service like Netflix. And so this was the top one. I don't know if maybe it's because it was like just newly added or something, because it's like 4 years or 5 years old, this movie. And it's called You're Not Safe Here. And I'm going to do a whole reaction to it. But it's about this gal, and she's pregnant, and her husband's, or her boyfriend's abusive, and she gets into this college. And so then this couple takes her in, and they just want her baby. You know how it's all going to go when you start watching it. But like, this is my question. Like, do they specifically hire actors that are just notoriously bad actors, like for Lifetime movies, or is it like they pay them so low? Because like, something like even in like Jason Priestley, who I don't necessarily associate Jason Priestley with being like one of the best actors in the world, but he's in what's the Second Heaven movie? Angel, something. Anyway, Dark Angel. He plays her step-grandpa. And he's so bad in it. I'm like, why? Like, this is not 90210. Like, the actors in the Lifetime movies are so bad, they almost kind of make it enjoyable to watch. But this movie was not good. I wouldn't recommend it. So that's why I've got to find someone. Now, Gracie's Choice, the acting was really good in that. I really liked that. But anyway, so I got done with that. I had like an hour left of that movie. I watched that. It was okay. It was kind of, I mean, I'm loving watching the Lifetime movies, so give me recommendations for Lifetime movies. And also give me recommendations for whatever Halloween watch-a-thon we should do this year. But I, and like I said, I have kind of like 2 or 3 ideas in my head. But so then I was like, I was going to start watching Falling Skies last night. And I was like, I should go over to Netflix and see what's like streaming on the top 10. Well, this new show called The Billionaire's Bunker came out, and I had watched the trailer for it. I think it's like a Spanish show. I didn't realize that it was like in subtitles, and it's like dubbed over and stuff like that. But I, to be honest with you, watch so many dubbed over shows. Like, some people, like, I'll tell them, they'll be like, I can't do that. I can't read subtitles. Alex always has the subtitles on when we watch shows, so I'm so used to it. And I don't mind dub shows at all. Like, and I think, to be honest with you, they're putting out a lot better foreign shows than they are putting out in the U.S. shows. That's just my feeling about it right now. As far as mysteries and stuff like that. A lot of you guys sent me the new Harlan Coben show that's coming out on Prime. October 22nd, I think. It's called Lazarus. It looks really good. There's a lot of shows coming out. Wayward comes out with Toni Collette. Comes out tomorrow at 3 a.m. I cannot wait to watch that. It comes out Thursday, I think. Is it Black Rabbit on Netflix? I haven't watched that yet. It's very like shoot 'em up. I don't know. That's not necessarily the kind of thrillers. It reminds me of Ozark. I was like, Jason Bateman did 2 shows that are kind of like Ozark. I can't even get through Ozark. So this show I had seen was called Billionaire's Bunker. And it's about kind of like the end of the world. I'm only 2 episodes in, so I can't even ruin it for you. But it's about like, I think it takes place in Spain. So it is, but it's very, very well done. And it's 8 episodes, and it's about like all this like world tension is going on, and so they build this huge bunker. I don't want to tell you too much about it. And then people have to pay like $50 million per family to be able to go into this bunker. And hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. And so then, but they don't know like when it's going to happen. They're just going to get a call that like inside knowledge that like nuclear war is going to break out. Okay. So then there was this guy, and like he's in prison, and he gets out, and he comes from like a real rich family. It kind of reminds me of a Harlan Coben show a little bit, except for the apocalyptic thing to it. So, and he's real smart, and he's kind of like gone through it in prison and all this kind of stuff. And so anyway, they go to the bunker. It is so good, you guys. I mean, I could have binge watched the whole thing last night. I will say this. It's kind of like a little bit cheesy, and there's a dark comedy aspect to it. And I will tell you, like, if you've watched the first episode, in your head, you'll be thinking, like, is this, and because I was thinking the whole time, like, I had it figured out. I was like, is this going to be one of those shows where, like, if you're watching the first episode and you think you have it figured out, and then you're like, I'm not going to watch 8 episodes of this for them to just reveal in the 8th episode, they reveal it in the first episode. I'm just going to tell you the trick to the show. So, like, it's really, really well done. I am loving it. It's called The Billionaire's Bunker. And it's about all these rich families that are, like, in this underground bunker because the world is ending. It's really, really good. So I started watching that last night. I got 2 episodes in. And then I was like, I got to go to bed. The dogs were asleep. And to be honest with you, I was worried because they'd been sleeping so much last night that they were going to be up, like, super early tonight, which they didn't. So, so yeah. So I got a lot of reading done yesterday. I'm going to get a lot of reading done today. I'm going to take my long nap, or take my long walk, and then I probably will take a nap at some point. Although, you know what, I can't believe I'm about to say this, because I haven't, like, last night, like, I couldn't really take a nap, and I've been trying to take naps and can't. So I don't know, like, maybe I should just try to, like, stay up through it. And I know you guys would love that, actually. Like, well, that'd be a normal schedule. I love my night naps. Sometimes when I can take a nap at night, I sleep better. I find myself very, like, when I'm laying down, like, even if the dogs are, like, laying right next to me, like, very, like, are they okay? Are they okay? I think, like, when the cones are off and everything's good and we're back to normal again, I think I'll be able to take my naps. But right now, I'm, like, kind of, like, I, like, wake up and I'm like, are they okay? Like, it reminds me of, like, when Boo was sick at the end. So, but we're 5 days in right now, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, we're 5 days in after the surgery. Oh, there's pool crew lady number 2. So, they're doing good. They're doing real good. We're all doing good. I'm doing good. There was something else I wanted to tell you that was so funny about... I specifically, like, when it happened, I was like, I want to look at her looking at her mums and things. I need to get some mums. I've got a list of things I want to do with Caroline tomorrow that I want to get. I want to get mums. She is all like looking at her plants and stuff like that around there. She's so proud of her. Oh, she's still got her summer flowers out too. She needs to do something with those. I need to figure out, well, I mean, I don't have to figure it out till probably November about the ferns. I watered them the other night. I watered the hell out of them. So yeah. So that's been today. What did I want to tell you? Let me look through my texts and see. Because if I wanted to share it on here, I probably would tell you guys. Or I probably would have texted it to somebody. Why can't I remember what it was? It was so funny. It was specifically something that Walter did. Yeah, they're not supposed to be like running around like crazy, the vet said. Although when I talked to her yesterday, I said they're getting more and more active. She goes, well, it's probably okay today. She's like, I just wouldn't let them roughhouse a lot. So we've kind of had to been on them about like when they start, because they like to like wrestle and like, you know, all kind of stuff. So we'll like stop it immediately. And they kind of like just both look at us like, do you know what I mean? This is not the funny thing I was going to tell you, but my Ugg boots, I keep underneath the table under there. Well, I wore them to go walk down to the pool yesterday, and I hardly ever pull out the Ugg boots anymore. Like, I was going to vlog short today, and look, I've gone so long. But I hardly ever pull them out and hardly ever wear them anymore. And so I put them in there. Well, when I pulled them out, like, I think I put them in differently. I usually have them sitting, like, in there. And Walter, like, saw it sticking out, and now they're completely fascinated. Like, every time I come inside, if they're, like, you know, like, standing right there, they're like, Walter's got his mouth, like... on one of the Uggs, and Otis's got his mouth on the other Ugg. They like, I don't know, they have got 1,500 toys in that house, and they would rather chew, oh my god, paper towels. This is Otis's favorite thing, a paper towel. So like if I'm eating and I put the paper towel, and like for some reason if I get up to go get like a glass of water in the kitchen for 2 seconds and the paper towel falls on the floor, immediately I'll like look over, I'll be like, where'd my paper towel go? And I'll look at the bed, and Otis is like, he's got this paper towel sticking out of his mouth. I'm like, Otis, I go over, he's like, oh, he's taking it, he's like, he loves paper towels. I don't know what it is about that. Like I said, they have all these toys. I mean, they play with their toys. They do, but they're so cute. They're so, so cute. Well, anyway, I can't remember what the funny story was. The leaves are falling from the tree, and some of the leaves, I mean, some of the trees haven't even started turning yet. It's gonna be another rainy and spooky evening. We get a lot of reading done. Coffee. This coffee is not good. This is not where it's at, this iced coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna read tonight, take a walk. I don't think it's supposed to rain till later. It looks like I can walk, so as soon as Alex gets home, I'm gonna walk. And then read, watch shows, hang out with Alex and the dogs, and have a good night. So, yeah, I'm gonna get off here now. Aren't you glad I wore a different shirt today? I'm so glad I wore a different shirt today. Made all the difference. Made all the difference. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And, of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.